Hey, have you been hearing that the market is about to crash? You might have been hearing that depending on what news you tune into, what you're following, but we are about to dive into facts, figures about the Los Angeles real estate market here, right now, locally. I'm Corrie Sommers, your local Los Angeles realtor. Do not move. I will be right back, and take the next couple moments to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the like button, and I'll be diving into all the facts and figures that you need to know to understand where we're at today here in Los Angeles. Well, summer has finally hit Los Angeles. It has been warm upon warm, and I am a huge fan of the sunshine in summertime, so I love it. But that being said, the real estate market may or may not be as red hot as you would expect for this time of year. And what do I mean by that? We are seeing a little bit of a slowing when it comes to the number of days on market for homes in various parts of the city. We have seen an uptick in price reductions. And I want to start off by saying, a client of mine sent me a video that another agent did saying the housing market in Los Angeles is crashing, da, da, da. And I was like, but I do a monthly market report. I track certain parts of the city in the San Fernando Valley and the west side. I said, you know what, I'm going to go and look at what the total number of price reductions across all of Los Angeles was, and that's something we're going to also be including moving forward so that you really can keep a gauge on things. I do want to say, when it comes to new construction, which is always priced at a premium, 10 to 15% above normal market value or retail rates, they are sitting a little bit longer. We are seeing some more price reductions there, and of course, buyers with a great agent are able to negotiate a little bit there as well. The reality is, with higher interest rates, your money's just not going as far as one would hoped. And now that we're getting into midsummer and we are going to be entering the election cycle, I think there's still a lot of uncertainty as to what's going to happen, and especially depending on who wins the presidency. But what we do know is we can take a look at what happened 30 days ago and take a look at all of those statistics and facts and really help to get an understanding of where we're at today. So if you've been watching my video series, then you know I go over 5 key factors throughout Los Angeles that I'm tracking. The first is the number of total homes for sale. And so in Los Angeles County, our entire MLS, it was 52,921 homes. That was 1,400 more than the month prior. So I'm always tracking the 30 days prior. So this is now July's monthly market update, but we're really looking at what happened in June. So in May, there was 51,500 homes that came and were available for sale on the market. In June, it only increased to 52,921. So we still have, limited inventory. Okay, that's important to be aware of, because that is a factor in what's happening. So in Toluca Lake, there were 30 homes on the market. Studio City had 154. Sherman Oaks had 215. Encino was 210. Santa Monica was 81. Brentwood was 128, followed by Beverly Hills at 121 homes on the market. Now, the second fact and figure that we're always tracking is the average days it takes for a home to sell. And that means for a home to go under contract and an escrow to open. So in Toluca Lake, that was 24. In Studio City was also 24. Sherman Oaks was 22. Encino was 36. Santa Monica was 36. It's kind of interesting that they're following each other. Brentwood was 41 and Beverly Hills was 49. And I say this all the time, Beverly Hills homes take longer to sell, tend to be higher price points. The next thing that we're tracking is the demand. So this is the amount of property that has been available for sale and that's currently in contract. So in Toluca Lake, it was 5. Keep in mind, Toluca Lake is a smaller area. If you're familiar with it or live in the area, you know it's a very small pocket of Los Angeles. Studio City was 29, Sherman Oaks was 61, Encino was 45, followed by Santa Monica, which was at 22. Brentwood was 21 and Beverly Hills was 13. Beverly Hills had 13 homes in contract. It's not a lot when you really think about it. everyone who owns a home and is thinking about selling. Maybe you're not sure if right now is the correct time. I actually have a program that I use to send a monthly wealth update to all of my past clients, and it's something that you can receive for free at absolutely no obligation. Simply click on the wealth update link below. That way you can track how much wealth you're building in your home every month and really start to process, do we have enough to step up to the next home? Is maybe now time to buy? Should we pull some money out, put it in another investment, whether that's a home, a life insurance policy, or something else that's going to help us achieve our goals to financial freedom? Just click on that link below. Again, the wealth update. So the next component that we look at is the amount of inventory on the market this time versus last year. So last year in June of 2023, there was 39,900 homes on the market. In June of 2024, that was 52,921 homes on the market. So that actually increased 32%. In Toluca Lake, June of 2023, it was 20 homes on the market. Toluca Lake, June of 2024, it was 30 homes on the market. That's up basically 50%. That's a big increase. In Studio City, in June of 2023, it was 106 homes on the market. In June of 2024, 154 homes on the market. That's up 45%. That was a big increase. And when I was reading those or delivering those numbers to you earlier, I was thinking that as well when I was doing my research, that like, wow, there's a lot more homes on the market in Studio City. When we jump next door to Encino, in June of 2023, it was 174 homes on the market. In June of 2024, it was 210 homes on the market. In Brentwood, in June of 2023, it was 101 homes on the market. June of 2024, it was 126 homes on the market. That's up 25%. What's interesting in Santa Monica, when I mentioned again, June of 2023 at 102 homes on the market versus June of 2024, 81 homes on the market, that actually went down 20%. So it's interesting because Santa Monica is the only area that had a downturn where everybody else had an upturn. So in Beverly Hills in June of 2023, it was 93 homes on the market. In Beverly Hills, June of 2024, it was 121 homes on the market, which is up 30%. So getting to the section that goes over what my client sent me, where an agent said, oh my gosh, there's so many price reductions. The market in Los Angeles is crashing. I'm not going to tell you that because first of all, I do not believe that to be true. But also, I want to stick to the facts. I want to give you information and facts that you can make an educated determination and decision about your needs. Okay, so if you're thinking about selling, you have all the information you need to make that decision to sell if you're thinking about buying the same. So when it comes to price reductions in June of 2024, in Toluca Lake, there were 8 price reductions. That's about 30% of the inventory had a price reduction. In Studio City, there were 21 homes that had a price reduction. That's only 4% of the inventory in Studio City. In Sherman Oaks, 40 homes had a price reduction. That's 19% of Sherman Oaks' inventory. And in Encino, 23 homes had a price reduction. That was 12%. And when I mean price reduction, the price came on the market at 2.5 million and they reduced it to 2.4. Okay, I'm not talking about negotiated price reductions, but the actual prices have come down. So in Santa Monica, there was 10, that's 12% of inventory. I think I said that. Brentwood was 10, that's 7% of Brentwood's inventory, and Beverly Hills was 14, and that's 12% of inventory. Here's, I think, the big important thing, and this is what I mentioned in the very beginning that I'm going to start including moving forward, is the total amount of price reductions for the month of June in Los Angeles was 3,322. Now, again, that's 3,322 out of 51,500 homes. Sorry, 52,921 homes, which means it was less than 6% of the homes had a price reduction. So that's not something to maybe worry about per se. If we start getting up to 10%, maybe we need to look at other factors and what's going on. But 6%, what does that say if you're buying? This is a great time to buy because, again, prices typically are only going to go up. If you are looking at purchasing new construction, this is a great time to negotiate. And if the home has sat on the market for 60 days and is new construction, chances are they're going to do a price reduction regardless. And one of the things that I'm seeing as I work with buyers is we are negotiating. I just had a buyer that got, I want to say about almost $150,000 off the purchase price. And that was through our initial negotiation and some credits for repairs and that sort of thing. But in total, not that the credit for repairs were $150,000, do not get that mistaken. But in total, between our initial negotiations and our offer, as well as some repairs that were needed, we were able to get the price down a little bit. So there's hope out there. And I definitely see in different markets, in different parts of the city, some things are moving a little bit more than others. And again, some areas, as we just discussed, have a price reduction. So if you are considering selling your home and you're just not sure if this is the time and you need a plan and you're a little nervous, or maybe you're over the age of 55 and you're saying, well, how does like transferring the tax basis work and all of those things? We can schedule time on my calendar to just sit down and have a conversation. I am here to help and guide you. I'm not here to pressure you. We can move at your speed. If you are thinking of buying, do be aware that with the lawsuit settlements come August 17th, there's going to be some changes, and many brokerages have already initiated these changes. And one of the key changes is this: when you are looking at property, you are going to need to commit to the agent representing you and sign that buyer broker agreement. Long gone are the days of calling 5 or 6 different agents saying, hey, I saw this house on Zillow and I want to go look at it. Can you schedule an appointment? Those days are over, which is kind of good if you're someone that doesn't want to commit to anyone and you only want to go to open houses. Okay. But I do want to make this statement because I think sometimes, much like with the internet, when you see a property online, you assume that the agent on Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com is the listing agent. That's not the case. And so when you go to open houses and you maybe see the sign in the front yard that says, oh, I'm just going to throw this out there, Dennis Chernoff, hi Dennis, is the listing agent, and a girl named Sally is holding the open house. Well, Sally is not the listing agent. And don't think that Sally is having conversations with the seller. She's not. She's there as a sub-agent, if you will, to a degree, representing Dennis, hosting the open house. She does not speak for the seller or to the seller. Everything is done between Dennis, who has that listing contract with the seller, and is speaking with the seller. So don't make the mistake of thinking, hey, I just will never commit to anybody, and I'm going to go to all these open houses. I'm going to ask every agent, and I'm going to get all the inside scoop, and I don't need an agent, because none of that is true. Chances are the agent holding that house is not representing the seller. They're not having conversations with the seller, and anything they're sharing with you is either secondhand information, unless they happen to be a part of that team and they're getting it directly from the listing agent, but they're not having those conversations. So don't make that assumption or mistake in thinking that they are. Anyways, I hope all this information has been helpful to you. We'll be back again with a new video soon. As I say goodbye, please take that moment. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button and bell for updates, and I'll be back again.